they go, my wife left. I'm like, man, wait, baby. And then cats gonna love me for my shoes. I felt you unsafe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I did.
Too many jokes.
It's one or two too many. It was like, all right, that's enough now. Like after third person asked me what size of my shoe was, I'm like, all right, joke's over. Like,
what kind of shoes you have on?
Some Bo Jacksons, the training blue, sky blue. Yeah.
Well, that's how it goes down. We party with the UTPL podcast. I stole
this shit. Yeah, get him.
This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Well, since he don't steal my thing, it's me, it's Justin with an E. We in the building. We here with young ponytail, Ava, looking very nice in her dress.
Hello.
Very summery, catching these last 90-degree days before.
Compliments, that's how you get them.
Yeah. So anyway, what were we saying about the whole asshole? No.
I didn't say anything about my asshole tendencies.
So you do have asshole tendencies?
I think it's evident we all have asshole tendencies.
We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's the smooth.
Lies.
He's the smooth taste.
A lie. We can keep it moving. Moving right along.
So what we moving to, Ava? Where you want to move to?
What do you feel in your spirit?
I'm feeling good.
Let's talk about Nick.
Okay.
Nick is upset that you be a swallow quill.
That what?
He really be. And look, that's why I hit him last week.
He got a mad friend.
I hit him last week, and he had a funeral. His neighbor funeral. Like, man, get out of here, bro.
So he skips the funeral to go work out with you?
Nah, he ain't gonna work out.
He got a lot of comments. He got a lot. He wanna
hey, my progress, man. He want me to be great.
He wanna see. Get up there and shit.
You wanna see your downfall?
Apparently.
You should come on out.
You should.
Compliments on the shirt.
Thanks.
What?
You don't know.
What is on the shirt?
It's my Ray Finkel shirt. You know, say Ventura.
Consistent though. But I like that one. I'm in with that one.
Alright.
One was trash. What was it?
Last week.
What was that?
Orange Crush.
Underdog.
Underdog,
my favorite one. I'm about to go buy a new Underdog. That's my favorite, bro. You know the comments I get on that? Underdog and Bullwinkle get the most compliments.
You showing your cleavage though with the Underdog.
My cleavage. I know.
You showing cleavage.
It's not that I was showing cleavage. It's I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight.
Yeah.
No, these
you been wearing that side shirt last year.
Oh my God. What's going on? This is what we doing? So we can't talk about her being an asshole, but apparently now I'm out here in halter top. Is this what's going on?
Halter top with sports bras.
It's cool though, man. I'm just gonna buy all Nike shirts then. Forget it.
Good segue.
You ain't gonna get all my segues, fam.
Yeah, Mr. Nike. You know, this is my hot jump right.
We're not doing mosquitoes today. I got 9 bites.
Oh my God.
That's not content for the podcast.
I'm gonna need you to stop making up bugs. There's not one bug in this house.
A lie. Pause it and
restart. This is the one time all the doors closed.
Right. I didn't even open it back.
Exactly. So come on, your hot take. Let's go.
Oh, my hot take.
Yeah. This mosquito in the house is a hot take.
Sweet meat. That's her thing. She's right.
I know I am.
Nah.
And my hot take is that Adidas was supposed to drop Kanye, and they didn't.
Huh.
If he was white, he would have been dropped and lost everything.
Huh.
But they had let a nigga.
Oh, you flipped it.
Huh. Okay. I'm here for it. I'm here for that. That's interesting.
It took this Nike and Kapernick shit for me to realize that.
That's very interesting.
He's supposed to lose it all.
That's another thing we should be talking about. Let's talk about the Nike. Well, because I want to talk about that apology too.
Who's the apology?
Yeah, apology.
Oh.
How do we want to do this? Cause like I said, should we do the
right before Eminem?
We should have did. Look, if we did the Nike and did your hot take, we could have. You got to say these, bro. But anyway,
you do edit the podcast.
Nobody edit nothing. We just let it roll.
Clearly,
It's
turn it up in the beginning, turn it down.
Right, it's a good one. You doing a lot doing that.
Right.
But no, I feel you though, because I feel like with all that, he would have lost. Cass would have been boycotting. He would have lost.
It's the worst Nas song ever. Sorry.
Ushiwali.
I hate this song.
Yeah, it's not great on that. But yeah,
comparisons. Why black people didn't call for a boycott? That's some reverse racism.
Wait, well, who are you talking about?
Talking about why Ye didn't get dropped from
Well, what am I missing? You was talking about within the last couple of weeks, or you talking about before when he went on his little rampage?
At any point during this whole thing.
When he said the slavery shit.
Yeah, like especially, I think that was the kind of...
That should have been in the Yeezys.
Because it offended black people.
So it wasn't a problem?
Well,
but when white people say stuff that's supposed to be offensive to black people...
we already know that it's a double standard.
It's okay for black people to say nigga, but white people...
We know this. So it's the same concept. It didn't matter how we were all offended. He said things that they can't say.
But we was upset with motherfuckers. We was way more upset about that than we was about any white person saying some shit.
But I think that's why
because of his
apology came.
But was it really an apology? Yeah. Was it really an apology?
It was, and that's kind of what I want to get into.
Exactly.
I don't want to step on this point because this is a very interesting point. Like, I feel like it should have been because they were real quiet. But then are they really known? It's Adidas, right? Or Reebok? Adidas. I mean, is Adidas really known for stepping out there in social situations? Really, because Adidas, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's just known for breaking ankles.
Huh?
It's known for breaking ankles. Yeah.
Shots fired, for real.
But I mean, Pharrell got a whole line, and each shoe say something, end racism and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they have been, and worldwide, they said Adidas is actually bigger than Adidas. They're like,
no, it's not worldwide.
And Adidas is a poorly made
all over the country. No, I mean, all over like in Europe and all that.
Really?
Worldwide, Nike is number 1. Jumpman was number 2. They just got beat by maybe it was Adidas or Under Armour 1, but not like that.
Jumpman just
Nike and Jumpman was 1 and 2 worldwide. So Nike crushed it because Jumpman's an offshoot of Nike. So, but I think they might have just took second place. Somebody took second place. I want to say Under Armour, but Under Armour is so trash. It couldn't be them.
Well, Steph Curry. Nobody's buying his shoes. Aren't they Under Armour?
Like shoes? No.
Right. I've never seen
jogging.
I've seen people work out in
like
Under Armour shoes.
Shorts or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there'd be probably some cheap joints to work out in, but like
when it first came out, not this is the point, but when that shit first came out, it was alright stuff, and it was like headbands and gear like that.
Yeah.
Because it was Under Armour.
Yeah, it
wasn't over.
Yeah, once they started trying to be seen, it was like, nah, you're not defending the house no more. Now you're trying to go out the house, like, nah. But
yeah, I feel like that with that. There's something in there that the fact that Kanye didn't get a corporate backlash.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Because you can't say nothing really worse to black people than what he said.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You can say nigga and all that shit. But slavery was a choice.
That's just like, well, listen.
A white man said that.
But hold on, but that's just like the same thing if the video, and I don't even know if it ever came out, I don't think so, the recording. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. Nothing's going to happen.
It's different though.
It's not as bad.
Why is it not as bad?
We're not talking about
because he's already
we talking about a brand ambassador.
Offended people.
If a brand ambassador, like, I think because Trump, I think because what are they going to fire Trump from? You know what I'm saying?
It's not firing. It's just if Trump says the nigger, Kanye says nigger, and the slavery thing and everything else, I feel like it's one and the same. There's no repercussions for it.
It can't be no repercussions against other than voting in his group.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like the repercussions are different because then they got to impeach Trump. Like, as a brand ambassador, they can just let you go. They can just marginalize.
That's what they do.
But why? He hasn't offended the popularity.
Well,
the popular. I mean, I didn't mean to say the popularity. The majority. He hasn't offended the majority.
Well, I think he's offended the people that
not buying his stuff.
Wants him to bring in.
Now that's the point.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, because like
that's the point.
If he offend black people, then
but
why do we need him?
But guess what? How long did he offend black people? And I bet you they still buying whatever they were buying.
I guess that's the point of it, because I did have that. I heard my sister was so my millennial sister that I like to talk trash about on the podcast. Shout out to sis. I mean, they had just got some Yeezys, so I got when I had right.
Oh, some ugly fucking shoes though.
Right. And I'm like, she claims she ain't gonna wear them, but she might be over that by now.
What's the point?
It's gonna last for a week or two, and then it's
I mean, that was already a while ago. She probably back.
I mean, well, I think.
She probably told Jay he can't wear his too.
Yeah.
And, I should have did that.
Nah.
And
you should have. Yeah.
But
I did notice that. I probably shouldn't have said that either.
not petty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think, but again,
nobody. Basically, my point was that nobody got rid of the Kanye shoes, so they already see that. Oh, there's no hashtag cancel Kanye shoes.
But I think the thing is that because it's not like cats really rock Yeezys, like, well, okay, because one of the main things Jay was kind of led to his kind of going off the cliff was the fact that his clothes wasn't selling like they were supposed to, or his fashion wasn't getting the traction like it was supposed to. So I think the thing is, right around the time that controversy really hit hard, that's when he was in his music lane. So that's when cats said, okay, cool, we not listening to none of these little albums that's come, none of these little, you know what I'm saying? And all them albums kind of pretty much are out of the ethos.
But his shoes are moving. The fashion is moving for him.
I know that's one of the things he was complaining about.
I mean, in the beginning, that's when he was trying to get. He wasn't with Adidas shit.
Right.
No, I'm talking about like now. I'm talking about like, and I guess since that whole slavery was a choice thing until the apology, the only thing he really came out with new was music. It's not like he dropped any new shoes. Wasn't no new Yeezys came out. I don't think. Wasn't no Yeezy Season 3 clothing coming out. Or none of that. It was just the music. So that at that point in time, the best way to get his pockets was ignore all that music. Which it seemed like is what kind of happened.
But I don't think his music is paying him.
I mean, I don't think people really think
it's the shoes. It's the contract, the shoes, the possibility.
Ain't no mosquitoes.
It's the same one. We're gonna get them done. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of this thing. We're not playing no games out here. Anyway,
she don't stare at me like I care about her.
Let it be known.
Listen to this podcast. I'm gonna hate that laugh I just did.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Kanye, how do we get the Kanye from that? Oh, because I brought him up.
Yeah.
He's a prime example. That situation, I think, somewhere in there, it's like some ugly truth about how this racism thing works. The fact that didn't automatically happen.
But is it really racist?
It's somehow, but racist against ourselves. We didn't call for it because we was going to allow the black man to do that. And white people didn't. It's like the truth is nobody really cares because if that was somebody white, so that's just off GP said, we got to get rid of Adidas and we got to, you know what I'm saying? And the white people would have acquiesced to that. Yeah. They were like, okay, yes, we can no longer stand by whoever white person, and they, they'll get their little memo, whatever the case. Got him the fuck up out of here, and that was that. But this black man said almost the worst thing you could say about black culture.
Damn, I got a nice transition too. We got to talk about the cap thing.
Yeah. And, he said the worst thing you could really say about black people, and he just kind of skated.
He kind of walked in.
And I think he even said something more. He said something about making billions. About the company's worth $1 billion now. I mean, him and Kim Kardashian, something about that scene.
This was when? Part of that interview or after the fact?
She said it in something about how the company is working.
Yeah, how the money didn't get actually. Everybody talking about how the money got messed up, and the money didn't get messed up because she made this and she made that. Because it was kind of
for Adidas.
It was kind of tied to the whole when they said what's her name made $1 billion on the makeup.
The girl.
Yeah, Kendall Jenner. And so then I think that's when that other thing about Kim saying that came out. But I don't know, man. Because I think the problem and the reason that Ye really didn't get hurt or take a real big hit was because I think there's a large contingent of black people that agree with him.
That slavery was a choice?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people spit that rhetoric. I'm sure if you asked that preacher that did Aretha Franklin eulogy, he would say the same thing.
Jasper Williams.
Where's he from?
Right, I guess.
No, his church is in Atlanta.
Oh, is that okay?
He wasn't one of them Trump guys, was he?
No, he got one of them cats.
He's just real honest and real direct and probably old school in his way of thinking.
Okay, well let's
radical way of thinking.
It's all inside the same.
I think Jasper is one of them old cats that been in the church. Like, I heard a lot of this respectability politics stuff when I was younger and in the church.
He definitely comes from that era.
Yeah, and then where they feel like we not gonna get treated right until we start acting right, and it's just like
kind of.
I mean, I think this is the thing, and I feel like with every topic there's a macro argument, an argument for everybody, and there's a micro argument that kind of, and like on a micro sense, like we gotta, like as black people, we gotta do that. Irregardless what the situation is, irregardless of what's going on, we got to do better. Mm-hmm. Just as individuals, as individual black men and women, like, if I see some cat down, I'm like, racism. Racism sucks. There's a lot of stuff that's keeping us down. That don't mean sit around and do nothing. You still got to grind it out. You still got to get yours.
And what I hear is how the act right thing. Are we acting right for them or for us?
And that's
well, hold on though, because he took it back to even before the segregation and all of that, and how he was saying that black people took pride in supporting one another, businesses and all of that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was necessary just to, talk down about black people. He was just saying there was a sense of pride. And to me, it's like what he was saying is like we no longer have that, and that's where he was like, "Where's the soul of black people?"
Well, that right there, it's funny that he would have went there because they would say that would be the source of the problem.
Exactly,
and that's kind of what he said though. But that's what he said. He said that. Okay. So to me, it wasn't. Now I know people are feeling some type of way because it was said at the funeral. But to me, a lot of what he said was very true. A lot of it. And I feel like sometimes black people have a problem with accepting.
Into this conversation, I feel like it was a negative thing. The more I'm hearing
to me, it was not. I listened to it. I watched the whole Aretha Franklin funeral. I listened to it.
Really?
I did. I was working from home.
Bruh. I was watching Insecure. Hold on. That's why.
Hold on.
Funeral.
Hold on. I was at home. I was working from home.
So what you work? Watching Insecure at work?
Insecure come on Sunday nights.
It was on till Sunday.
What?
The funeral went over till Sunday.
Shut up. I was busy.
Until today. Like that shit went for 3 days.
Bruh.
It didn't go for 3 days. Well, it was something going on before, like when they had her body display at different places.
So I saw the pictures. They had her body up?
Yeah, they had her body up. It was like 3 chains.
I'm like, I want to do that. I want that.
Her funeral outfit was different than the previous 2 days.
Yeah, that's dope. I want to do that. I mean, well, this is the thing. It's not that what he's saying is wrong. It's just leaving out a lot.
I don't think so. If you listen to the whole 48-minute sermon, what? Okay, let me ask you this: what is he leaving out? What do you think that he needed to discuss?
Because I think when you say Black lives don't matter until black men stop killing each other, you're leaving out a lot.
No, he said until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves, then once we do that, then black lives will matter.
How is that different?
But what I'm saying is, essentially to me, what he's saying is, if we don't respect ourselves, how can anyone else respect us?
Because self-respect is not a precursor to being treated civilly.
I get that.
You know what the thing is? There's a guy giving rights. I can hate myself. I can be a drug addict. I can do whatever I want to do, but I should still have the same rights as anybody else. But my rights shouldn't be based on some arbitrary test that says, okay, now your people are doing this. Now your people are doing this.
That's still looking on the outside. You're supposed to be looking on the inside.
Exactly.
And irregardless, like if we saying, okay, they out there treating us wild, they're treating us a certain way, and they're in charge of society basically, and they're treating us a certain kind of way, and we want them to treat us better. Meanwhile, on the inside, we treat ourselves worse. Well, but you even think sometimes you gotta almost think like maybe some cultures look at black people and say, all all cultures are fucked up. Got shit going on.
Yeah.
But black people are the ones that seem to do it to themselves. And maybe there's other cultures that might be like, that's the most savage shit you could ever do.
But it's not everybody does it to themselves. The problem is it's just seen differently because it's black people.
Seen differently by who?
By everybody else.
Including black people?
Yes. And the thing is this, like to say you all have to stop doing yourselves this way is ignoring the fact that what we're doing is a symptom of what we're living through.
Yeah, but the position that black people in, the absolute stupidest thing you could do is be killing each other, making songs about it, dancing to songs about killing each other. And I'm not. It's like the Jews during that situation, they was also beefing in the concentration camps.
No, I understand what you're saying, but then again, you're talking about 400, 500, 600 years of you know what I'm saying. What's happening to us is unprecedented. So it's hard to say, okay, well, they was in these camps for X amount of years, and it's different. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like I'm not saying that black people can't do better, but what I'm saying is it shouldn't be rights shouldn't be withheld from people until they do X. That's just not.
But that's really. We have rights, huh? They would say that we have rights.
And that's not even really the context of what he was saying.
That's exactly what he said, though.
But that's not the context of what he's saying, though.
What am I getting wrong, man?
I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, he's just saying that they're not respecting us. And I get what you're saying, because you're saying, like, it doesn't matter what we do or what we don't do. We should all be respected. Everybody should be treated equally. I get that. But at the end of the day, we don't respect ourselves. How can we expect anybody else to respect us? That's like a woman. She doesn't respect herself. How can she expect a man to respect her when she's out doing out doing promiscuous things and dressing a certain way? Not to say that gives a man a right to disrespect her, but you don't respect yourself. To me, it's kind of like the same thing.
It's just exactly like you said, though. Like, that doesn't give the man the right to disrespect ourselves.
No.
Hold on. Let me, because this is kind of what I'm saying between the macro. Like, in reality, yes, we know that if you don't respect yourself, it's hard to get other people to respect you.
Right.
I understand that completely. But the thing is that you can't use, like, if you look at any people that are oppressed, similarly to how black people are oppressed, they react the same way, where they have higher incidence of violence. They're they're marginalized in society. Right. They're poorer. You can't. But the problem is like we're using the symptoms of oppression as reasons why we can't be respected.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
I mean, that's not what he's saying, but that's what he's.
Said.
He's not saying it that way, but that's what he's saying. He's saying because the men are in the house, because the men are incarcerated.
But it's what he's saying wrong, though.
No.
But it's just a fact.
But just my thing is like, okay, why aren't men in the house though? It's not like some cats is bogus, but a lot of these cats they locked up for no reason. They can't find jobs. Women can't get aid unless they kick the man out. It's other reasons than just a failing of black people of why these things exist. And the thing is to say we gotta fix this before, like you said, we gotta fix racism before we can be treated equal.
But you use the word respect though. They're never gonna respect us.
Because we're inferior to them.
We had their last names. Well, I don't. But I'm saying, like, they're never gonna have that.
But that don't mean we shouldn't fight towards that anyway. Because the thing is, as long as we fight, we can incrementally make things better. I don't think it'll ever be, all right, we fixed it. Slavery's over. I mean, racism is over. But again, like 2018 was better than 1918, and that was better than 1718, and that was better than 1618.
And I promise not to go into no Trump shit tonight, but I think they will burn this bitch down before they respect black people.
No, I mean, honestly,
I think the Trump thing proves that.
I think honestly, Trump is a reaction. Trump is a temporary reaction to the progress that we made with Obama. That was made with Obama.
If that's where we're going.
But it's the thing. It's like you got to think about it like this though. It's like anytime there's black progress, there is a Trump. Like when they freed. When they got rid of slavery after the Emancipation Proclamation, like they didn't free people after that. They still had indentured servants and all this other stuff. After Jim Crow, lynchings went up, and then they still was trying. So they always try to find loopholes and always try to. They'll say, okay, you can have this, but it's like, okay, now y'all got the right to vote, but we're gonna make it hard for you to vote and hard to do this and everything like that. Like there's always. Once there's progress, there's always a correction by the white majority or the racism, whatever you want to call it, to take back some of those rights. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just the same thing with Trump. It's like the progress that was made when Obama was elected. Trump is the blowback for that.
That's such a Trump would be such a.
I mean, I
choose that like you really choose a Russian spy. To be the president,
honestly, man,
you that mad about it?
My thing,
that's saying fuck this country then.
But no, honestly, I really feel like I blame the Democrats and the Green Party more for Trump than I do blame the Republicans.
I can agree with that.
But it's either way, it's still a very. I guess there will be millions of. I don't know why it sounds so racist right now. Millions of white people who voted for him and want that in place and will listen to all this bullshit and the cognitive dissonance to really just avoid all that real shit that's going on, and literally somebody who, you know what I'm saying, that's like he can really stand up there with the KGB and he can really say all this shit like fuck the Constitution type shit. I ain't gonna go online of it. Mm-hmm. But basically, fuck the Constitution. They'll vote for that. They'll deal with all that just because a black president came in place.
No, I think
y'all showing that much respect to black people.
I think they deal with that because they're afraid. It's fear, and the thing is, they feel like if we get in power, we're gonna do to them what they did to us.
That's so crazy. We wouldn't.
Not at all. Not at all.
We wouldn't at all.
Not at all.
I bet you that's not even a thought.
Nah, I'm not even gonna do it at all.
I mean, you can't. I mean, the thing is, there is no retribution for all the stuff that's happened. There is no get back. You know what I'm saying? But step out of the Trump thing. Yeah. To me, and again, like I might be putting words in dude's mouth because this is not what dude is saying, but I understand the ideology behind the respectability politics, and it leads us down a dark path, because when our leaders say we need to do better so that we can be treated better, it's misleading, because it's not, because the thing is, like, then it allows the people in charge to move the goalposts on what is better and what is good. Because because black on black crime is high, but white on white crime is high. Asian on Asian crime is high. People kill the people around them. Our country's so segregated. People kill. Yeah, we do. The black on black crime rate is higher, but per capita. But the thing is, when you have poorer people, they commit more crimes. Yeah. It's not necessarily a failing of black people.
I think I still go back to my original stance that black people just ain't no position to do it though. Yeah, white people do it. Yeah, they do it. Black people just ain't no position to do it. Yeah, because we should definitely have something else on our mind. Because it's become a thing now. Because it's a part of the conversation. Was you gonna say culture? Mm-hmm. I mean, it is. Honestly, it is. If it's part of the culture, that's a little bit of savagery, right? So if you're on the outside looking at that, what would you think of those people? Well, but the thing is, I think it's kind of I mean, like I said, I got it in me. I got it in me. I wanted 6ix9ine to get shot in Chicago. I want to get shot. I want to get jumped on, not shot. Nah, or shot in the pinky toe. Or maybe shot in the leg. But right, it was shooting in the pinky toe. I didn't really want to. But a part of me was tribal. It was tribal too. Yeah, it was like I don't like this dude jump around the hood like that. I don't like that. I hope they do whatever they're supposed to do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that and I feel like that throughout my existence. When I see black people in Africa, or you know what I'm saying, Africans, whatever the case, the tribalism that they have, which is worse than what we got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even look alike.
Mm-hmm.
They doing light skin, dark skin without being light skin, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? And,
Light, dark, and dark.
Yeah.
Dark.
You know, their tribalism is
like the blue blacks fight the purple
so
blacks.
I see that like, damn, did we get that from every trait that they say negative about us? I see it like concentrated in them.
But that's the thing, is that any trait they say negative about us is just a negative trait of people. Like, go back over the history of Japan. It ain't nothing but Japanese over there, and they had civil wars and fights and religious wars and holy wars and all this other stuff. And it's a homogenous country.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Any country can do that. India. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what people do. But when it comes to black people, then now it's now you see what I'm saying? When it comes to black people in America, now it's a moral failing. Now it's something you have to fix. So what you're saying is we have to fix humanism. Humanism? We got to fix human nature before we can be granted rights. That's what you're saying.
You made your point.
That's all I have.
It's an interesting perspective.
All I'm saying. Anyway, Nike.
So much for the segue.
Buy Nike stock instead of Nike shoes.
Nah, man, because I'm saying like this.
Nike stock too high.
I want to thank you, Kawaku,
Why is that?
because you the one made me realize I need to go ahead and stop wearing the Adidas jogging suits with the Adidas jogging pants on my Nikes.
Oh,
So I
you
just bought me some Nike jogging pants right on time.
Yeah.
They come through with this, so I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this.
I mean, I'm happy about Nike doing what they did with Dr. Nigga. I mean, it definitely is a good gesture. Yeah, they just decided. The Serena thing didn't really do that to me for some reason.
What's the thing?
It
Her shoe
did
and her cat suit and all that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Does it matter that they also renegotiate their deal with the NFL to where they're doing the NFL jerseys for another 8 years? Another 2
Nike?
years? Nike.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it.
The renegotiated.
Both of them deals came out around the same time, like maybe within a. I think the jersey deal went public.
I don't know about when a company is big. Because now I think about it, the stress about it, I think this is definitely absolutely wrong. When a company as big as Nike, that a super $1 billion company per month, I don't think nothing really matters. Like it's nothing you can do to bother Apple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these companies is too big, you know what I'm saying, to fail. Like they say, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they need NFL. I would say, but yeah, they can lose the NFL contract. So
yeah. But no, but think about cause what's crazy is because think about when last time you heard anything about IBM? You know, they're still one of the 10 biggest companies in the nation.
yeah.
Because it's just they've been so big for so long. Like that's thing, like for something like that to fail, it takes 30-40 years for that company to actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
IBM could fuck up for 40 straight years and then
What kind of
finally.
the IBM make though?
They do a lot of infrastructure stuff from what I understand, but that'd be a whole digression. I don't even want to do that. But I guess the thing is, like, it doesn't bother me. It's actually kind of gangster that they did both deals. Because I think the beauty of the Kapernick deal is that I think Nike realizes their market.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Because you ain't see, like, all the videos you see in Cash Burners, you ain't see no Hirachis, no Jordans, no, you know what I'm saying, no Jumpman jogging suits, none of that stuff. You see a lot of Air Monarchs getting burned, but not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of cheap ass Nike socks getting cut up, but
That they got from TJ Maxx.
exactly.
But yeah.
But I mean, well, to me,
But then you even notice that.
where
That reverse. We didn't cut up no Adidas stuff.
No Yeezys.
Yeah, like
I don't think enough black
this don't
people.
even affect them. They don't really care.
I don't think. I mean, again, it's like the problem is that we not a. What if black people cut up? What if black people are torn up of theirs?
They right out of theirs.
Of theirs when they boycott, like
Neighborhoods doesn't count.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like if we riot, it's a riot when we can wild out because we mad that day.
Right.
We're not about to go home
it's 0
you know
to
what I'm
100.
saying? Like, I guess.
So
I guess what's the situation where we tore our stuff up? So I guess maybe that's not something we do.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna really throw. I don't know what Nike can do to maybe what else says and start tossing.
Yeah,
Jordans.
I got a lot invested. It's like
I don't know, like.
I mean, this thing, like, if I had to stop wearing Nike, it's like, bro, I got to go back
There's no
home.
purpose in us doing that now. I think about it because
The money spent.
the money's spent and I'm gonna not wear. I find out that there's a racist owner. The owner of Phil Knight is fucking Ku Klux Klan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna stop wearing them shoes. Whoever the fuck owns Adidas, I don't know what he into.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna switch from him to him, but
that's the cognitive dissonance of all this, of some of these protests and all that, because, like, I don't watch it. I protest in the NFL.
Still?
Yeah, I'm not fuck with them. Fuck them all the way. But I still watch basketball. I even watch a little bit of baseball. Now, the thing is, I'm pretty sure basketball is on the up and up. But then, I think the NBA, the league, I'm sure there's some racist owners. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, even to go further, the NFL knew that the Clippers owners was racist, but until because, and the thing is this, is like, what's crazy is because what he said to old girl on tape wasn't even all that racist.
Some boyfriend talking.
No, what's crazy, he said,
The old man with the
he said, look, you're my girlfriend. If you want to go sleep with these dudes, cool. Just don't be out here taking pictures with them. Because that makes me look bad. Because you're my girlfriend.
That's all he said.
That's all he said.
He said they were niggas.
No, he didn't say no.
He didn't say niggas.
No. Now, what he did, though, is that 2-3 years before that, he took some chicken to the locker room and said, look at these black bucks. I own them. Stuff like that.
He did say something.
He over the last 20-something years.
We talking about Sterling. Donald Sterling.
Over the last 20-something years, he's had dozens of complaints, maybe even hundreds of complaints of racism in housing for black and brown people and all kind of other stuff.
Wasn't he on record? I thought he was on record.
On the phone call?
Yeah.
He never said no, because he never said the N-word on the tape. He never said anything really super racial on the tape. He just said, don't take
So
pictures
why were
of
people
black.
up in arms then?
Because
it was some shit like, maybe he said some shit like,
he was like those black guys. He was like, well, look, you can go screw those black guys, just don't take pictures. And people's like, oh, he racist and will take pictures of black. She's like, nah, like, you my girlfriend. Like, I don't want you in pictures with these dudes. If I can't satisfy you and do your thing on the side, do your thing. Like, it was kind of planned. But the problem is that they got after him for that, the thing is, like, it was probably with his history, he was probably being racist about it. But if you don't know his history just off that, he don't deserve to lose the team off that. And to me, like, and so my problem with the NBA on that is that you had plenty of evidence. If y'all was if y'all wanted to take the moral high ground and take him down and take his team, you had 30 years of evidence of him doing fuck shit. This is what you're doing for, though?
Yeah, because nobody really cares. But when the outcry comes, all that, then we got to go through the motions. So it's a don't get caught.
So now
it's like your kid cursing almost. Your kid's cursing. Kids curse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. But I ain't supposed to hear you curse. Mm-hmm. So don't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, but also, okay, so maybe like 2 years later, this one GM, he talking about Luol Deng, who is African. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, this guy got a little African in him. I think he meant on like the way he plays or something like that. Mm-hmm. But people say that, oh, he's racist, and he got fired. And then my problem is this, is like, when you set a precedent to where you say, a guy says don't take pictures with black guys, he needs to be fired. Now when somebody says something that might be a little off, don't, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, the owner of the Hawks even exploited that. He went out here and said some racist stuff because he was trying to sell the team. But the other two guys who were with him didn't want to sell the team. So he went out there and said something about black people. Talking about black people don't come out. No, he said our crowd is a little too urban. I want to kind of brighten things up a little bit. I forgot what he said, but that's pretty much what he was going for. And so
on purpose, though. Yeah.
So they forced the sale of the team, which what do you know what I'm saying? So he weaponized the bullshit to get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Is like we got to do like it matters why this stuff happens. It matters that they said you got fired, like you lost your team because you said you don't want your lady to take a picture with black guys instead of the history and the decades of racial stuff that you did do. You see what I'm saying? It matters why some of this stuff happens. And I think that's what we mess up is that everything is racist. Everything, like the guy in Florida who said when he's running against the black guy, he said, "Man, look, guys, we can't monkey this up."
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was racial. I don't know if dude history, so I don't know if you call it racist just for that. To me, it's like when somebody does something racial or something questionable, we got to go back through their history and go find some, you know what I'm saying, make sure there's a pattern before we start calling them a racist.
Well, that's a little bit of the sign of the times right now where, and if I was of the white class, I would feel some way about this too.
Yeah.
In all things, it's really just right now, guilty until proven innocent is the thing. And I don't know if you can get a chance to ever prove yourself innocent anymore. You know what I'm saying? They say if it spreads, if we get the opportunity to grow, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's never coming back. And you're going to take time. You got to wait people to forget, basically.
Right, because it'll eventually die down.
Yeah, because you see your boy Louis C.K. started trying to do comedy again.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? People, he ain't trying to. I'm like,
but Louis C.K. again, that kind of falls in line because Louis C.K. The funny thing is, if you listen to him, maybe these people didn't even listen to him. That's all the fuck he talked about. And he made a show about it, and his show was like real as hell. It was like it was him.
Yeah, he just an awkward dude. Like,
yeah, he on the show doing shit like that. He in the back of the school jerking off and all that. That's been his whole shtick. Then you found out he's really doing it. That's a big problem.
Right.
I don't get it twisted. Like, what he did isn't okay.
It's not okay, but we've been talking about this. His whole career is based off of that.
I just think the problem is, and before we don't really go back to this again, but it's like, when do we throw a whole person away, and when do we tell them to go away for a while? How long do you have to go away for? Like, it's the Wild West right now. It's just if you
ever let Bill Gibson come back?
I don't know.
We old and washed
I think
up.
he was one of the first ones I seen get thrown away.
Yeah.
What did he even do?
He said he hoped his daughter get raped by a pack of niggers.
But that couldn't have been it. He said something about the Jewish people, though, right?
He did say some anti-Semitic stuff too. Yeah.
They got him thrown out. Couldn't have been a pack of nigger shit.
He doubled down. You know what I'm saying? He did the double up, just like when Roseanne finally doubled up, they threw her away.
I thought she was black.
I didn't know she was black. I thought she was something. I'm like,
I felt that too. Like, look, yeah. I felt that too. She might have been dead serious.
Got to be more careful though. Got to be more careful.
Right. But damn, that's fucked up. It's okay to call a white person a monkey, but you can't call a black person a monkey.
Apparently,
that's fucked up.
Apparently,
that's fucked up.
Where does the whole term monkeying around come from?
No, the thing is, he said, well...
No, I know what he said. I'm saying monkeying around.
I have absolutely no idea. And maybe it does have some racist connotation. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe
the monkey's supposed to be like the Beatles.
Hey, with the monkey.
There was a
group called the Monkey.
They were an actual group, but they were knockoff Beatles.
Right.
You know,
TV show.
I know the Beatles.
Yeah, I do too. The Beatles actually got some decent music. But, no, the thing is, because some record executive in the rival company saw the Beatles, threw together the Monkeys, sent them on tour, made a TV show. You know, they was microwave pop. They just threw them together and see if it worked. I used to watch that show though.
Yeah,
I did too.
She was kind of funky.
I knew who they were before I knew who the Beatles were because I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like
they definitely ruined the culture with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Celebrity funerals though. Let's get back to this for a second. That's what's up.
That's what up.
I think maybe it's the thing because two people died at the same time. That's funny. I had some friends was like, they shouldn't have them both the same day.
But were they the same day though? Because the next day, I feel like it was two different things. Because I thought the funeral for John McCain was on Saturday. It was something on Friday, the same day as Aretha. But I thought his actual funeral was on Saturday though.
I think maybe it was the big government funeral, and then after that it was a private family thing. Maybe
On Saturday?
On the next day was the family.
But
thing,
it was
maybe.
aired on Saturday. Something was aired on Saturday.
I don't know. I didn't think too much. Like this thing, like I was funeral out from Areatha, like watching that nonsense. So how do y'all feel about? So let me ask you a question. As a woman, when they were talking about the preacher felt up,
I feel like that was totally they was reaching. I feel like it was unintentional.
I don't know.
I don't think it.
Because
now I feel like he was sweet on her a little bit because how he called her back and he was trying to make a little joke.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that he intentionally was trying to feel her up
in the middle of it.
Yeah, I do not think that.
Let me ask you a question, Kwaku. Have you ever touched a woman's breast and not known you touched her breast? Even on, like you see how you did around the side too? Have you ever done that and not knowing that you hit that breast?
And also,
You know, like a motherfucker.
And that's my thing. You know what I'm saying?
but it was just like right here, like.
But you know.
Nah,
You know.
But
You know when you touch breast meat. And like honestly, because I've done that where I reached around like, oh, and then you move your hand down.
About mistake, you really be like, oh,
Yeah, you be like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like to me,
she don't have no breast meat right here. She a size A. Ain't no breast meat right here. I don't know.
look, I mean, this is the thing is like.
That's what happened when you have a 9-hour funeral, though.
She ain't got it again.
Huh?
What she ain't got again?
Y'all missed the visual. We got to get back on live to see this. Y'all missed it. Hey, bruh. But I mean, and that's my thing. It's like it seemed innocuous. It seemed like nothing. It seemed like she was short and he grabbed her right there. But it's like from personal experience, if I feel breast meat accidentally,
Did a little finger thing.
and then he
Give me a little more of that.
yeah, like it was like
That was a little.
it was weird.
What did he say? What was the dialogue? I heard a comedian talking about this.
Basically, he was saying
How did he
like,
start?
huh?
How did he start?
He's like, come here. Okay, so
apologies for his age before he even grabbed.
well, when he called the girl back and he was like, basically, I have to apologize. My daughter or something says like I'm not with the whatever.
So I heard somebody saying that he started off making an apology. I'm naive. I'm old.
What?
I'm old. My daughter.
Because he was saying, I
would
thought.
never do nothing funny because my daughter your age.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
old.
He made it. He was like, because when I saw already going down the menu, I thought it was a new thing for Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like
Taco.
yeah. And so people like this thing. I don't know why, but I didn't even realize that she was Latina. Because then people was talking about that was a racist joke and all this stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, they did that in there too.
I'm like, it was a weak joke. I mean, like.
Now I feel like that to me was.
That's an old nigga joke. I mean,
Yeah, it was old. Yeah, it's an old man joke. It's
But
a
to me,
60-year-old dude joke. Like,
that was more inappropriate than the whole little grabbing her on the side.
But here we go. I'm woke.
You mean you're awake or you woke?
I'm awake.
Okay.
Two things.
This ought to be good.
A little hot little taco.
We're talking about Ariana. We're gonna do that.
But no.
We're gonna call women tacos.
Let's go. I'm awake now.
You dating that piece of meat from Reverend Jackson.
She was definitely inappropriately dressed. However,
So I'm offended when they was acting like they was looking at something wrong.
They was just
What the
looking
hell
at
are they
her.
supposed to do?
Like she's singing, they're looking at her.
They're looking at her. Now you gonna sign what they
but
thought
you know
it
what
is?
though? As you're watching this, when people can edit some shit, slow some shit down.
Exactly.
Because I watched the whole entire funeral, I didn't get that. Because to me, really, Jesse Jackson was probably looking like in disgust, like I can't believe she had this on.
I mean, because my thing is like,
And then Farrakhan, he was smelling like a chest-tired cat the whole entire time.
yeah.
The whole entire time. He was just
I
cheesy.
mean, but also it's not like
He
Ariana
didn't speak,
Grande is
which I
just
thought
like
was weird.
so sexy or
She a kid.
She looked like a little kid. I don't know how old she is, but
She looked like a kid, but her shit, like literally at one point when she came on the stage and she did something, like you low key kind of got a shadow of her underwear.
okay.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, I look young meat sometimes.
I mean, but if it was,
old man,
if it was,
okay, I ain't had a shot at that in a long time.
if it was 10 years ago Mariah Carey or Like, if it was somebody who like voluptuous, who always out there,
exuding some sexuality.
yeah, then I could see if you could. But it's like nothing about Ariana Grande was like. This is the thing. Like Ariana Grande, if that chick walked in right now, was like, "What's up? Let's go." If I was singing, I'd be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be like, oh hell yeah. It'd be like, all right, it's some strange. You know what's up?
Yeah, but at the same time, I think she is a woman, right? She's
Yeah.
And they're gonna look just like when you go to.
I mean, like an adult.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
How old is she?
How old is she?
Ballpark.
I don't even know.
She's over 21, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
she's probably like in her early 20s. I don't
Maybe
even
like
know.
24,
22s.
I don't. Well, let's Google it. I don't
Okay.
know.
I think that she's like 26, 27.
What would be
No
the?
matter what her shape is and all that, I guess that don't matter. Either way, it's a woman in front of them. If they were thinking some thoughts and suppressing them, as all men supposed to do.
Yeah.
What you said? What?
They put the woman, they sit her in front of her. She sing her little song, her short little dress, do a couple shimmies. Every man is gonna think something.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then he's gonna shut it down
Absolutely.
and try to keep faith as best as possible. Now people taking pictures of
She's
of
25.
the old man sitting like
She's 25?
She's 25.
Really?
Born in '93.
Wow.
She just had a birthday in June.
No, I feel your point though, Quack. Cause like, the thing is, if you catch me in the one moment, I'm like, like, then I'm like an old pervert. But that's a millisecond
But
that
you know
caught
what?
out of a 2-minute song that
You can't
I struggle with that though because I know, like in a black church, women are kind of like always told to kind of be mindful of what you wear. You know, because the deacons or whoever is going to be looking, but nothing is ever said to the deacons.
that are looking, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
But I don't think you can ever stop that.
but you can though. But why should you tell a woman be careful what you wear? Why not tell a man?
Exactly what telling sis that day about her thing though.
Yeah.
It's something you can't.
I mean, I
you're
get
not
that
gonna stop
though,
That human
but
nature thing. We just
you
talked about
cannot.
nature.
But there's also,
human nature.
There we go.
but also there is a way where you can be looking. I mean, you can look, but you don't have to be like drooling looking. Like especially in a place of like a
Well, that's what
church,
you mean.
a funeral,
Yeah. But I mean,
deacons.
I think, but even if you drooling looking, it's not like you about to follow her in the back and try to hit in the.
But it's
you know
still
what I'm saying?
appropriate.
I think this is the thing. I think it's
Inappropriate.
I think it's two-sided. I think women need to be careful and make sure that they don't do anything to get attention they don't want. But
really?
also, men need to be careful to make sure that they don't objectify, even if somebody is quote unquote inappropriate.
So how can a woman be careful that they don't get the attention that they want if they just wearing regular clothes?
No, I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen. Like the thing is, it's just some people like.
But I feel like the problem. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like some people, the way they shaped, they gonna get attention irregardless. I feel like some people, the thing is, like, her dress is a little short.
It was short for what she was going to.
Yeah, if you was going to, I mean, and I think that, and honestly, to me, it's like, I think that's more so a problem. Where it's like, if you wear a club dress to a funeral, you gonna get club attention in the funeral.
But guess what?
And again, I'm not saying that you that's your choice. But then again, you can't get up in arms of somebody to look too. You know what I'm saying? Because you wearing that so people will see things.
Has she said anything?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but I feel like also there's a certain decorum that woman and male should have, especially when we're talking about something like the sanctuary of the church. And regardless if you're looking or not, you should not just be looking like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, some preachers have made me so uncomfortable where it felt like they were looking through my soul. And I don't wear inappropriate stuff to church. You know what I mean? I feel like so.
But I think what Quark was saying, I think that kind of goes to the quality of the man.
Yeah, I mean, the thought, me and the dirtiest men you can find, when a woman walk in, me and him had the same thought.
Yeah.
But guess what though? Sometimes you just might close your eyes and you just look down and you just be like, because you're considering where you are.
I'm considering where my
like if you're in
it's
church,
my own form of self-respect.
It's not that I'm
not gonna be looking like
I'm not be that thirsty dude. It's like I mean, but honestly, the thing is like that don't impress me that much. And like the thing is, this, like the chick, I'm like, damn, like, okay, and then I'm off of it. But the cat is, oh, dude, bro.
Yeah, almost.
But that's not. But see,
almost, I want to fuck her and I'm gonna fuck her. Two different things.
Yeah.
But in church,
it don't matter.
But what I'm saying is y'all taking another step. Y'all taking it a step further.
Lord on my heart.
I'm saying just in church general.
Don't matter. Let me tell you something.
Church don't matter.
I remember my first child, second child was being she was pregnant, and we had a pretty pediatrician.
OB-GYN.
Yeah, she put that gel on my baby mama. She got that out of here. There's some popping off my head. Like,
I mean, this is that. I think the thing is, this is like.
So you can't control your thoughts ever. And in church, no place else.
No, but
that is controlling.
That is control. I mean,
in church, well, not what y'all saying, because you like
my thoughts, no.
Controlling your thoughts. So, for instance, how people saying like Sharpton, Jackson.
Go. No, I feel you saying. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? They're like, looking like Bill Clinton. So,
but I think this is the thing, because yes, a man can control his thoughts, because if some chick walked in a skimpy outfit, and then say your sister had on the little what's called whatever. I'm joking with her, but I'm not looking at your sister because like she like a sister to me. Now if somebody the exact same size as her walked in with the exact same outfit, I'm gonna look at her. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing your sister has that she doesn't have, but that's just not controlling. That's just not an option. So that's controlling thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. So it's like I don't Google my daughter or nothing like that. I don't Google. You know what I'm saying? It's just some things. So I mean, but they're not even that. And I think the thing is like a momentary recognition of attractiveness or man, like you know what I'm saying. It's not like it's different than a horn dog that like makes you uncomfortable and looks at. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. I mean, like I said, I think the initial thought is that both when me and that horn dog creature, whoever it is, we both see that first. At the first instant, we have the same thought. I stop, and then he keeps going.
I struggle with this because even like, say for instance, you go to church, even in a funeral, you're supposed to go into church with the mind of worship on your mind, right? I understand a pretty woman walk past, bad body, all of that. You might get taken out of worship or that mode for like 3 seconds. And then you go back to that mode.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
But y'all saying, as men...
I think 3 seconds is long.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm going to say it's not even 3
But I'm
seconds,
just saying, if there's an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it may not be an acknowledgement.
You ain't never seen a cute dude in church?
But I don't be like... I'm over here about to come, like.
But but then again, like, who do you do that? It's not like you do that for. That's not like. Okay, let me ask you a question. What is like when you see an attractive dude? What is in your mind? What happens?
Just like he's cute.
But I don't think
it's not sexual. I mean, it's not automatically like. It's not always going to be like a sexual.
That's the point I'm getting. Is like for women, it's not an automatically sexual thing. So like the same, he's cute. You'll see the dude in the club.
I get that. I get that 100%. I get that.
Move on.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you are. You're gonna get these thoughts regardless. If you come into church with worship on your mind, you're gonna get deterred from that. It doesn't matter.
It's a momentary thing, but yeah.
It's very momentary. But I don't think this is where I think that in a woman in a conversation like this. Sorry, Kapernick. I don't know how we got to this from that. You get your name. But. I don't think a woman can really value and understand how much sex crosses a man's mind. I don't think they can even.
I get that. So there's never a time and place for nothing.
And on top of that, how little we still care about how unvaluable it is, but how valuable it is at the same time. How like that thought, like you said, 3 seconds. 3 seconds,
bro. That's a long. Like that's you a horn dog. 3 seconds, like
1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Hey, you a horn dog.
You know why I think about that long? Because something else walked over there.
Yeah.
And I'm over there now. Like this is 0.5.
Exactly. Man, it's like that.
But then women
are really like, man, she'll get it. Oh damn, that character is dope.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, preacher. You know what I'm saying? It's that. It's just that. Like, and it's insignificant. Like I can.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what a woman wears.
Right. Yeah, to a degree. It don't
To a
matter what
certain
she wears.
extent.
So why are
But-
women ridiculed
but if
for
you
what
are-
they wear?
Because it's sexy. Sorry to cut you off. But if you call it you have no other word to describe it but sexy. And sexy, I'm trying to get all fanatic about it, but I'm pretty sure if I knew the right way to do it, I could relate how sex and E, the Latin of E is sex and all this. How you like, you know what I'm saying? That's something you exuding for a male to look at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's gonna happen.
Well, let me say this. I think take back the whole it doesn't matter what a woman wears because like.
Well, that's kind of what y'all saying,
Well,
though.
let me clarify because like you said, no shade to Loetta. But if you and Loetta had the same low cut top, no, let me finish. If you and Loetta had the same low cut top on, I'm gonna look at you different. I look at her. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all built differently. Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing is, like, Loetta's still very attractive, but like, if a chick with a fat ass had on some tight jeans, and then a skinny chick did, I'm gonna look. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a different thought about a chick with a fat ass. So it's not like.
But you're still acknowledging the skinny
But that's what I'm saying.
chick.
It's not necessarily like a dress thing. It's just some. I mean, just like I said, some stuff is just undeniable. And it's not. And again, kind of what he was saying is like it's absolutely insignificant to most men. I can look and say, "Damn, she got some nice ones," and then get right back to it, and forgot I even like I said because she walked by again. I'm like, "Damn, she got some nice ones."
So
like,
you've had these type of thoughts like when you've been in church.
Yes.
And then you just get right back to whatever.
Smash chicks out of church with.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't think that's just like.
Had that girlfriend from my church.
You did?
The stripper?
No, I'm joking because everybody told me I got my girlfriend go to church. My girlfriend to go to church. When you're in school, they do that line. Time his girlfriend go to his church.
Missed it.
But nah, he told me sounded church sound good. It was cracking.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
When I was younger, church used to be fun.
And then I was seeing Awakenings too, like, Marquita must be there.
Bruh.
It's going down. But nah, I don't know. That part of it, the celebrity funeral, the change of clothes, the skimpy dresses, the Fantasia versus Jennifer, the who won?
I don't know. I didn't even listen to either one. I got tired.
Fantasia?
Yeah.
Let me just say this because I feel like it was a lot of performances. And I believe when you are singing gospel, it should not be a performance. And you take the feeling, the anointing out of it. And I felt like there were a select few where you felt that there was some anointing in them singing. And that was the time. Huh?
Performances.
Yes. Now I'll say like I felt like Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, Shirley Caesar, Tasha Cobbs.
How Clark Sisters do? I always like that.
The Clark Sisters was cool, but they do too much. You know what I mean? So it takes it out. The same thing with Yolanda Adams. So to me, they were performances.
I'm not really a big fan of her.
Not since Open My Heart.
I'm not a big fan of her, even that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying because to me, it just seems like performances.
I never really like gospel music. I don't like gospel music, honestly.
I like traditional gospel. I don't like new school. I don't like new school gospel, but I like traditional gospel.
He's dope.
I don't like Dietrich. I don't like the Thai tributes. Like it's some songs, but I like traditional
I
gospel.
like Fred Hammond. He's dope.
But he's like traditional.
Thai tribute. Checking me.
What?
But
I ain't fooling with him.
I mean, I don't even want to go back over to that whole subject. Eminem.
I
can come up with a transition. I tried to come up with a transition. I couldn't even do it. Yeah, that was a Quaku special right there.
Eminem. You're named after Candy. I'm named after a gangster. Another MGK.
You know what? I learned something today. This week. I learned that MGK was white.
You know that?
I did not know that. That's Machine Gun Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard him without. I never listened to him. I've only seen videos of him.
You know, I take it back. I think I'm mixing it up with
the G-Eazy dude.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm mixing it up with Gilly the Kid.
No, y'all right on that.
Because
the names kind of.
Yeah, because I just remember. Only thing I remember about Gilly the Kid, he's like, I'm Gilly the Kid, GDK. I'm like, damn, that's how you feel.
That was hard.
That was kind of hard though. Like, yeah, okay, GDK, I guess. Yeah.
He got it tattooed on his arm. GDK. He said he came to Chicago and had problems.
I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
90s, so.
Bruh, like You like, I don't know. You know what you just said, bro. But when we go, you gonna go on M?
I think it didn't turn in from an Eminem conversation into white rapper beef kind of conversation.
Let's do the Eminem first.
So Eminem album, he comes with his album, and his last album, how you felt about it? Did you listen to it?
It wasn't good.
I didn't even listen to it.
I like it. Just well, you know, this is the thing. I kind of skimmed both of them. I really didn't go through either one, but I skimmed the first one. I was like, yuck, and never listened to it again.
Yeah.
It didn't seem good at all. This one, I think this one is good, but I'll probably never listen to it again for different reasons. Because I just don't think I'm here for Eminem in 2018.
But you got a point. I mean, you know the album about, right?
The album about because people was hating on his last album,
Right.
and so this is him showing that he still got it. Cool.
And he rapping about something.
He's rapping.
And that's like one of my prerequisites to rap.
What?
You got to be rapping about something for me to like it.
My problem with it ultimately is that nothing on the album really grabs me. Like when you think about Lose Control, with that good verse, what do you think? Lose Control, Stan. Like I went back to listen to some of his old stuff. Like Stan is a phenomenal song. Phenomenal song. When you go back and listen to it, like how originally it was. Just
maybe in the last year, really, I ain't been an Eminem fan.
Okay.
Other than singles, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just no. But I listened to which one? Marshall Mathers. The second one.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
That shit cold.
It banged.
And all that.
Yeah, it banged.
That's all the album cold.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I give it up.
But I mean, when you think of like Lose Yourself, you think of Stan, you think of Clean Out My Closet, like you think of Eminem bangers, like he had that raw emotion. He had like he kind of he gave you a wild perspective. Like he gave you a perspective of a poor white kid trying to get on. Like some of the personal stuff he did was just a brand new perspective that we never got.
Right.
Like with Stan, you talking about a crazy fan emailing you, and you know what I'm saying. And, like it's just different than stuff you ever seen. Clean Out My Closet, like you airing out your whole family beef and stuff. Like this album, like lyrically, he going in, like, but that wasn't never your problem. You always was dope lyrically on that previous album. You could pull some lyrics out, like that was dope. It's just, it just doesn't move me. It doesn't do anything for me. Like if you were making an Eminem playlist, would you put any of the songs on this album on there?
I can't say I listen to it that way.
You see what I'm saying? I don't like real talk. It's like he used that one song as a sample because he was dissing motherfuckers on there. He knew that's the best way to get controversy. That's Eminem.
That's the whole album.
But not
the whole album is just centered around. They say I'm trash.
Yeah, and I'm not trashing him. But
what I appreciate about him is that it's not catching up, but it's keeping up with the sound of today. I hear him even when he played with that trap shit, even when he's jokingly using them flows, but freaking it a little bit. I kind of appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like for this, it sounded like he wasn't just stuck in some back cave making music that only he liked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a lot of older cats.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It sounded like he was trying to do something and get a point across the same. So that alone makes me appreciate that album. Do I think it's gonna win some new fans? No. Do I think it's gonna ever come? You know, I don't think it's no way possible for him to compare. I don't know too many rappers that have it to evolve in the right way.
Yeah. I feel you.
He's gonna evolve. Every rapper, like Jay-Z, evolved in the right way.
Yeah.
I don't even think Nas evolved in the right way.
Nah.
Kanye didn't evolve in the right way.
Nah, hell nah.
You're talking evolving in their rap career?
Yeah. In the rap, their music, their voice, just even the vocal texture, and then the choice of music. Sometimes the style, like Lil Wayne, can't evolve because of what he is.
Yeah,
that can't.
He's stuck in the pocket. Yeah.
He's never gonna be able to.
But I mean,
be Lil Wayne.
You could say that. I mean, I think you still say the same thing about Nas and Eminem too. About like Eminem, Nas can't come out with a trap song with 21 Savage because he is the patron saint of East Coast old school hip hop.
Yeah.
He's stuck in that lane.
Right.
Eminem can't.
His voice don't even do it.
Yeah, Eminem can't really do that because he's the anti-establishment. He can't go pop now. Like, it blew me when he did that song with Rihanna back in the day, a couple albums ago.
Okay.
I was like, this ain't him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's only a certain few that can.
That set them. I mean,
Yeah. Maybe Kanye can do it, I guess.
I think
he was in his right mind.
I think because Jay always kind of been pop, but also, I mean, again, like musically, Ye kind of a genius to where he kind of mashed up so many different things and different genres to where he can go anywhere, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes maybe it's your topic too.
Yeah.
What's your chosen topic as a MC or a rapper? Him being an angry white man that's mad at his mama and his baby mama and all that shit. Yeah, when he built it, that's the core of his career. But now you can't be that.
Now that you resolved all that, like, bro, yeah, you can't talk about.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, like
you got rich and you did die.
Mm-hmm. So it's been one, yeah. Like you was that angry young rapper, like you was like you rapping like this your last verse before cats bust in the booth and shoot you in the face. You know what I'm saying? But now we like, nah, dude, we saw you on Ellen, like, you know what I'm saying? Or like with Eminem, like, bro, your daughter got to be in her 20s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Haley ain't the look. You know what I'm saying? Like your wife, like y'all been divorced, and
that's the source of his beef with dude.
What?
The MGK dude. 6 years ago, he tweeted something about the Haiti chick looking good.
See, now you reaching. Like it was cool when it was Benzino, and you know what I'm saying. But now you reaching, bro. It's like his gang is like right now. If you beefing with Cash, you gotta be beefing with Jay, Wayne, Drake.
And I don't think there's no way he could. Like, y'all listen to that MGK shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
You did, right?
It wasn't bad.
It entertained me.
Now, that little dude, white dude, always been able to rap. He always been rapping. That type of today, he couldn't battle him. And then they kept talking about
who couldn't battle who?
Eminem killed.
Who what?
They kept saying like, dude, career over. Eminem finna kill him. Who career did Eminem kill before?
No, I mean, 50 got bodies. I mean, ain't got really.
I don't know the history of
Benzino.
Battle rapping.
Benzino wouldn't count.
I mean, Benzino was kind of. And just say, if you really, this is the thing. If you squint really hard, you could say that Eminem killed the source.
The source killed itself.
But
trying to kill Eminem.
But
trying to kill
again, those full pen those 2-page made men ads didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk is like the double XL
time trying to kill Eminem that it got.
Yeah, I mean don't get it, and that's the thing. And it's like, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you could squint and say that. Not that, you know what I'm saying. And the real talk, the source is a big like a mainstay in hip hop to take down. I'm trying to think, who else did Eminem really beef with? Again, like he was beefing with
Ja Rule,
pop stars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he beefing with Britney Spears and you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know. I'm not big on the Eminem thing, but I do feel that maybe he just grew in a way that my respect for Eminem solely lies in the fact that I feel like Eminem could have really, really crashed or kamikaze into rap music, no pun intended, to where like he could have made rap all about him. He could have made himself the face of hip hop. It's like we give him these props like he's top 5 and all that kind of shit and all that. But I really feel like white America would have slapped his face on the front of hip hop music if he allowed it. He could have did all the movies. He could have did everything. He could have been on every show. But he refused to do it. He wanted to keep it real. Like, it's almost like you're lucky he didn't fail.
Yeah, I can see that. I honestly think that's kind of what's hurting him now is that I don't know. Like again, I don't know what Eminem's side hustles are. What he outside of rap, what does he do?
Shade 4 5 though. I think that's his.
But I mean, that's kind of something that's an investment. He's not on Shade 4 5 like that.
Okay. What does he do outside of
rap?
Yeah.
He not. I mean, he did 8 Mile. But you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure even now, even like when he just pop up cameo in a fucking what's the white comedian name? Adam Sandler.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Pop up cameo in his movie. Like he could have been like
doing that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he decided not to. And white American our age that listen to rap music, love the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Vanilla Ice got a fucking show where he rehab houses.
Let me tell you, Vanilla Ice was on Celebrity Family Feud the other day.
Really?
Yes. What's his family?
I mean, so I think Eminem could I think maybe Eminem was afraid of going the way of Vanilla Ice, but yeah, Eminem could have been. He could have been that vehicle where they made Justice Ice. You know what I'm saying? He could you know what I'm saying? He could have had those vehicles written about him too. Like his one movie, he kept it ultra hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So
he definitely could have went the Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's what he was trying not to do. But he would have been the biggest shit ever. That motherfucker be talking about billionaire.
Bruh.
He could have made way more money than Jay-Z.
Bruh, way more money. Way more money. It was right there for him too. Yeah. And the thing was, is like, because then it's a lot of black cats that, like, I was cool with Eminem. Like, I never, like, it bothered me the whole top 5 thing. Cause I'm like, what music though? Like, if you really go back over his app, like, if you went back and picked out songs, you'd be like, oh, that song's awesome. That song was great. But it's a lot of stuff like, hi, my name, like, that don't age well. There's a lot of that stuff like the one Kim where he killed old girl and stuff, like, that stuff don't age well, man. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the stuff that was him, it's like he got some weirdo stuff, and like with D12, they was kind of weird. It's just
maturing in hip hop though. I think is a hard thing to do though.
Yeah, but how does that? And again, I like you said, but how does that angry white dude from Trailer Park mature?
It's
real talk. We lucky he not a Trump supporter. He could have put full Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Because Kid Rock was here for a minute.
I'm trying to think what artist even did it. Like T.I.?
Yeah. But I think T.I. always had the duality of the T.I. versus Tip, the businessman versus the hardhead.
He set it up. It's almost like you got to set it up.
Yeah.
To be able to grow.
Yeah. Because even with Jay-Z, like,
he had businessmen.
He was a baller, businessman. So when he got rich, it wasn't like anything changed. Right. He was quote unquote the G-boy. He was a hustler. Whatever, and okay, now I'm hustling business. Right. Now I'm hustling, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Like, if you set your career up to a point where it looks weird for you to ever put a suit on, then it's not
DMX.
You're never going to be able to grow.
DMX,
yeah. It was
He
never
put on the suit.
No, but if you saw DMX in the suit, you be like,
what?
Anyway, you need to ride the court? You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Yeah, like DMX, like that was never going to be able to get old.
I guess Nas never tried that, did he?
What you
the
mean?
whole suit thing?
Nas does that now. What are we doing?
Does he?
Yeah, Nas switches it up.
I'm talking about, I guess, make that, I thought, can Nas make that his, can Nas make that his stilo? Can he go from Willie Esco to...
Esco was wearing suits.
Easily.
Yeah.
I wonder why Nas didn't try that though.
He wear suits and wallabies.
Yeah. What was that video with casino, the casino type video?
Well, no, but that to me that was more so he was kind of.
But in that era, there was that era
casino
suits, right?
Suits.
The colorful
suits. I'm at the Top Authority. Third album. I went to the store. Oh, they got a new album. I put that shit. They had suits on.
Word.
I was so mad. This trash. Everybody turned into Bossolinis.
Yeah, I get you saying. Yeah.
That era. Spice One did
top dog.
Yeah.
Spice One. Spice Eight.
Spice One turned into he had the most trash. I never had an album that made me so mad in my life. I put that in. I was so disappointed. I was mad.
What's the worst album you've ever bought? What's the album you wondered what the fuck you bought that for?
Lil Zane and Lil Zane.
I got two.
I didn't know it's a little.
And JoJo.
I bought Drag On.
JoJo. Wait, hold on. Who's JoJo?
Rev Run, son.
Wow, you bought JoJo? Oh! Why? Weren't they streaming by then?
I'm all about the culture.
But hold on, you listen to JoJo, but you won't listen to Eminem new joint?
I never listened to an Eminem album. I don't like Eminem.
Wow.
I don't want to be converted.
But anyway, my two would be Dragon and Capadonna.
But see, both of them can rap. That's your problem.
Nah.
Both of them two cats can rap.
They
just had horrible albums.
Nah, they was the men bleaks of their crews. It's just like that dude that was there. They was here for 16. How about Murphy Lee?
I feel bad for Capadonna because like, the story is that he's actually one of the originals.
Oh,
he just was a
Donna. Oh, nigga got a song, but I'm like,
but he older than all of them too though.
Trash.
Man, y'all never heard of my trash one because I was just buying. Me and Mike, I can tell you his is Bust Down Nasty Bitch.
Bust down some nasty bitch. Damn.
It was an album.
Damn.
The name was this is way before Bust Down was
Yeah,
Wait, what's
yeah. Bust down
is the name of
nasty
the group.
bitch.
No.
The album was called Nasty Bitch.
Wait, hold on, because I think I have the song on my phone. Hold on a second on the playlist, but I think so.
Every few years it popped back up, and I'm like, oh shit, that's that shit Mike bought. Bust Down Nasty Bitch. Mine
Look
was
this shit
Young
right
Monk.
here.
Like a cartoon,
Wow, I'm actually got it.
cover.
Hey, for real, why you got to see a library?
It's a cartoon cover.
I have to hear this song now. After the podcast, I got to hear this song now. What's your other one?
Yomo and Monkey.
I don't know.
Where you been finding these dudes?
Yomo and Monkey. I bought it because it was on Ruthless Records.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the funny thing about that album. For the Love of Money, Bone was on their album like 5 years ahead. It's the same exact song. It just ain't Bone rapping it. It's these garbage ass niggas.
So they just took it like, we'll take
He
that.
was that trash.
He sold that beat like, since nobody used it.
Yeah. But Yomo and Monkey was like my trash album. But let me think of somebody bad nigga.
I got one.
Lil Bud and Tizone.
R&B, Mary J.
What?
Her the album after the Breakthrough album, I think, or was
My
it?
sister trying to walk down the aisle in some 2010 type Mary J. Blige.
It's fitting for her.
What's wrong with you?
It's fitting for her.
How?
She's a millennial.
Anybody jacking
She better get on some booed up and stop playing.
Mary J. Blige after 2004? And that's hard right there giving her phone.
You absolutely right.
Very hard.
Cause I remember riding down, listening to an album, and throwing that shit out the window, like slinging it like a
You
frisbee.
get mad when you get some shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got mad at Spice One. I was hot. And my buddy had in Texas that I found out was gay. Another story. He
told the story.
I did. Yeah, we used to go back and forth throwing each other CDs out the window and shit.
But that's when you could buy. They used to be CDs. Be like, you buy an album for $5.
When could you ever buy a real
Probably
CD for $5?
Oh, $10. But no,
$8.99
bro,
was
when
the
I was in
cheapest.
college, bro, we used to get.
Y'all was burning
I used to buy-
CDs?
No, I used to buy. Well, yeah, I want to, cause me and my guy, we like, cause this day 4 albums came out. We buy 2, he buy 2. Well, yeah, I used to dude.
Ooh, I'm glad you said tape. I gotta show Justin.
And at college, that's why we used to do that. Because they had a record store where you could listen to it before you buy it. And so they had a bunch of seats. They had upstairs, had a bunch of seats. So they'd come in, they'd open it up for you and put the CD player, give you the liners, and they would keep the jewel case thinking that was going to stop. Like, bitch, I don't need no jewel case. I got the little flip, 64 with all the pockets anyway. Like, you helping me out. Right. You give me the liner and the CD right here, eject, run to the bathroom, dip, and go. And they had 2 doors, a front and back door. I'm like, y'all trying to go out of business.
Right. I didn't think of that shit for sure.
Bro, I stole so much stuff in college, bro.
College stealing?
Once I found out they ain't had no cameras in the college library, the college bookstore, bro, still all kind of books at the end of the year, book buyback time. Bro, I never forget, I messed around and got Bryan Adams.
Remember we was talking about that? The
Everything
tape.
I do. Oh, yeah. Why do you have this?
My grandfather does.
Wow.
Come on, white dude.
Yeah.
He had like one song that black people like.
Yeah. But I never forget, I stole this $400 book. I'm like, I'm about to come up on book buyback. I know I'm gonna get like $200 back on book buyback. Come to find out, it was one from the 300 level, one of those 300 level doctoral classes where you supposed to keep the book. They never, so there wasn't no buyback. I'm sitting on this. I'm like, not do that. I'm like, God damn it, man.
That's what you threw out the
And what's
window.
so bad, because the thing was, is like, what's crazy is I fucked somebody's whole education up because it was only 10 people in that class, so they only ordered 10 books. So somebody,
Really, Justin? How do you feel about yourself?
I feel fine.
How's your
If
daughter
I'm
doing?
not gonna make Shauna apologize, you can't make me apologize.
How's Imani doing?
Imani's doing great. She's loving school. Got her little roommates and all that. She's doing good.
That's good.
She's enjoying herself so far.
She's adjusting well.
Yeah.
He's good. He was home for a day.
So
He's running for class president.
really. So he is like a success story. Even though he was raised by such a lousy mama. What I read on social media.
You found out culprit yet?
I was 85% sure who the culprit was
Let's
before.
go.
I'm not
Air it
doing
out.
that.
Turn the volume up.
I'm not giving it
You
any
got
more
platform.
energy.
Man.
I'm not even giving it energy.
What was Angela?
And the Yee.
Ride,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
What Angela Ride do?
Get your platform.
Exactly.
I have Diane Carroll's Dignity.
We can have her on the pod and we can talk this whole thing out.
No, we're not friends.
I ain't saying gotta be
What
friends.
Mm-hmm.
What her kid do?
I'm not going there. Kids should be off limits.
They should be, but you know.
I'm not gonna stoop to somebody else's level.
What does she do then? Fuck her kids.
I'm not doing that. Because regardless, at the end of the day, even though we aren't friends anymore, you still aren't supposed to air dirty laundry.
Does she make more than 40 grand?
And on that note, on that note,
This should be asking a whole year.
I'm lousy. I gotta. That's it. Hey, that's dead.
That's dead. You know what? Okay.
That's dead.
I feel like there was one more topic. That was
herpes
touched.
too.
Shit. This is good ass water right here.
No, okay.
They died before they finished.
Nigga. I bet you want to bring that up again. I'll take that. Fuck the other shit. Get that.
There was another topic. Something else went on in this whack ass world.
Y'all didn't look at that video.
What video?
Dude from Minnesota talking about he'll be your nigga.
I saw it.
I didn't.
Writing somewhere. I read about it, but I didn't see it. That was real deal.
Real deal.
Why would he say that?
As bad as you think it is,
Trying to be
it's worse.
authentic.
Because it's like he's not like I be like he's real prim and proper. He hit the hard R on nigger.
And I think about it, I heard it. I did listen to it. It was quick.
Yeah.
It was commercial.
He's like,
it was real quick.
yeah, and he's like, yeah, I want to be your governor. I want to be your savior. I want to be your nigger.
Why would he?
Who thought that was okay though? And why was that like in the heart of your campaigning? Like
I blame Drake.
Your slogan, Drake. Me too.
Because
you be expecting nobody to cry.
yeah,
Me too.
like to me,
somebody has to be the fall guy.
No, I mean like
make it Drake.
I think Drake uses the N-word a little bit too much to be making the pop music that he makes.
You know what? You're right. Because something about, what was that song? He had a lot of hits. You know?
He did a lot of hits.
It's like you forget that he got all these hits. Like he just had the Nice for What.
Yeah.
And then right after that was
with the challenge, the
challenge. Right before
challenge.
that was God's Plan.
Yeah, God's Plan. Yeah.
These were all like super. That's all.
And like this year, like why are you tripping? Like
wasn't even this winter, this summer.
Stay focused.
But anyway, yeah, Nice for What? Nice to these niggas for what?
Yeah. Like if you really
go ask the fucking question about why the fuck Adidas nice to these niggas for what? What the fuck Adidas gotta be? What the fuck do Nike got to nice to these niggas for what? That's how I felt about that song. That's what I heard when I heard that song over and over. Like I know this is white people singing this, and I hear black. Nice to these niggas for what? Yeah,
like he be like to me like I feel like if you just with his whole energy. You think at some point, considering he half white, considering how white his fans are, he start to slow down on that. Mm-hmm. But he going full, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even like I said,
well, why should he alter his usage of the word?
I mean,
he's half white.
Most people because it goes back to what I was talking about before about proper usage.
Well, he's a cultural appropriator, and he does it well so far.
Oh, he is a cultural appropriator.
Yeah. First of all, you know why I say that?
I'm not saying no.
He didn't grow up in a nigga society.
He still grew up black.
So who condemned?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, other places don't have nigga.
Yeah. Because he was in Canada.
Yeah, they didn't walk around talking about my nigga.
Everybody got a hood.
But nigga.
We don't know that. You know that? You know that?
We do know that. Other countries don't do that. That's black America.
It doesn't matter. He's still black.
Now we teaching it around the world. We doing that, but that's us that say that.
He's black.
He's not black American. I kind of see your point. I see your point.
I'm just saying he listens to the music.
No. I get it. Yeah, but
So if we care about that, then why do we say it though?
Color, we allow him to get away
No,
with it.
but then okay, if we care about a half black person from Canada talking about nigga, then why do we say it then?
No, if he was all black and from Canada, that's like Idris Elba. If he was talking about nigga, you like nigga what?
Yeah, like
they don't say nigga. You just saying nigga. You know,
so you can say nigga because you
appropriating black culture.
So how come you can say nigga?
because
It's a joke.
going back to my original point, I think that I'm surprised that he doesn't have any. Like, I feel like kind of what I was saying before about like how I think a person outside the culture wouldn't know when to say it and when not to, because he's very comfortable saying it, and he's very comfortable saying it in situations that he knows.
A person outside of the culture wouldn't know when or when not to say the word nigga.
Yes.
But that's his talent.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Who are we saying does not know when and when to say the word nigga?
Drake.
He said he does know when to say.
No, does not know when to.
You don't?
I don't think he does.
I don't understand.
What's it up?
I think he uses it too much. He too free with it on all his songs. You know what I'm saying? And considering the fact that
So there's a nigga threshold?
yes, I like that. That's kind of dope. Man, what I said last week, whatever we started, when I went on my whole nigga rant, and I was talking about that a white boy wouldn't know when to say it and when not to say
Pause.
it.
Let me just hold you right there. Have y'all seen the video of Lil Duval with his little song he was performing at some improv or whatever? They were singing. They got to that point where I ain't fucking with whatever the white boy ain't say it. So they know when and when not to say the word.
He was gonna say it. If he did say it, what was gonna be the result?
It doesn't matter. He didn't say it.
But my thing is this though, is that he says it in his car. He says it with his white friends.
So
A lot of these, like I said, I've seen a couple videos of.
do you say cracker to your white friends, or do you say it when you're?
It's different.
I think if that white boy, I know you can sound like you've seen that actual clip, but if he did say nigga, I think he would have a bigger applause.
They would have rushed the stage. Lil Duval would.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they would do.
I don't think so.
This is the thing. Honestly, this is the thing. Is like
I got more faith in my black people than y'all do.
the only people that like if he just said it like that, sing that song with balls, with no hesitation, not looking around. If he just said it and kept going, it wouldn't have been no problem.
He would have Tommy.
That's the thing. If you say it with confidence.
I don't even have a problem with white people saying nigga. Honestly, if they niggas.
I don't like to be called a nigga or referred to as a nigga.
Right. I know if I'm on some negative shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like for me, the whole thing about nigga, if you are a nigga, you can say it.
Most of the
Who's a nigga? Who is a nigga?
Most of the people I would be cool saying it wouldn't say it.
People in that who have that.
But that's not how we use nigga. So for you to say people who was a nigga, for you, like I don't consider myself a nigga, and I don't like to be called a nigga.
I just you made me go too far to explain what I thought thinking first. But I can say this much: if a white man walk up this door right now, you came in here with a white dude, and
I will come in here with a white dude.
let's go all the way there.
Far-fetched.
You came in a white boyfriend, and you introducing us to him. First of all, he got some sort of black card already because he came in here with you. Okay, and then when he reached over that couch, and I'm sitting right here.
Yeah,
You all that.
Like what up, man?
If he's
I roll it.
just like that,
I roll
it
it.
would be nothing I can say.
I roll it.
There would be nothing I can say to him.
Y'all trash.
Why?
Cause it's kind of like contradictive because he all about the culture.
He part of the culture.
He's part of the culture.
Yeah, he shook up.
But Drake is a culture what? Vulture?
The reason I took this whole thing because I say that because Drake, I watch enough patterns to see it. This album, he did Memphis and New Orleans.
Y'all finna make me like Drake, and I don't even like Drake.
The other album, he did London. Then the other album, he did Jamaica. Then he did Afrobeat. Before that, he just goes from place to place doing the sounds. And people go for it.
I feel like
Every album has a theme of another country.
There's an argument to be made. I mean, I'm not saying Drake shouldn't say it. I'm saying I don't think Drake is as nuanced with it as he could be.
There's a nuance to the word nigga.
Yeah.
Hot damn
You
hole,
might
here we
not
go
shake
again.
my hand right.
Dap you
What
up.
I'm saying is, Drake is the dude that was said in front of my pops. Drake would come to my job and say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
No code switching.
Nah, I don't think Drake code switch.
He wouldn't know that part that
He wouldn't know it, or he doesn't care.
he wouldn't know certain things. Like
I'm not sure which one
if
it
you
is.
walking down the street and you walk past a dude you don't know.
You wouldn't be like, "What up, my nigga?"
Yeah.
Like my nigga.
Yeah.
Then mine might make it your way. You just can't say nigga. You can't say a nigga.
Yeah.
You definitely. You might be able to get away with a nigga.
Yeah. All right. What am I? Yeah. That's like. Yeah. Like.
Hey
It's,
nigga.
real talk. Yeah. That's what. I don't care who you are. Like what?
Right. Man, my boy, if I'm down there and we working on the car and I drop the goddamn screwdriver, he said, "Hey nigga," that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
But it may be somebody like him wouldn't know because it is a lot of nuance to how you use that word.
Really?
It might make it, I don't know.
appreciate-
It might make it a beautiful
I
fucking
really
word.
appreciate Ava listening because I feel like we had this conversation like a week ago.
We did not.
We did.
You a liar. When?
Okay. I know
We
I'm
did.
that.
We did. You were here.
Was I drunk?
Okay. You might have been drunk.
You drunk. We probably should just let Echo chime in now.
Echo, my nigga.
I wish it was an app where I can get Alexa to call me.
Echo's white. She didn't respond to
She's
this
like,
shit.
My nigga.
Look, I'm not trying to lose my endorsements out here. Like, I can't get dropped by Amazon. I don't want no smoke.
My nigga.
She definitely listened though.
Yeah, she is.
Amazon.com, commonly known
Oh, she heard Amazon, but not my
It's
nigga.
all over.
as a cloud computing
Echo.
company that was
Shut
founded.
up.
My nigga.
She not even fuck with that. All right.
They got their shit together right there.
Bruh, for real.
Amazon, we're not fucking around, y'all.
Let me
All
ask
right,
Siri what she say.
To our fans, we love and appreciate y'all.
My nigga.
Thank you for listening again. To Alva, be ignorant.
Y'all ignorant. I don't use the word nigga.
Australia, down under, we love you. All those our fans.
My nigga.
Hit us up on Facebook. On,
It's Australia.
on Facebook.
Australia came up.
On YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. We out.